Wagwan me people, quick thing before we kick off. The views where you hear upon the Father to Father podcast, them strictly for why, the hosts, guests and contributors. Them now represent Catholic Notebook, Spirit Stream Studios, the Diocese, University, or any affiliated groups. You see me? And remember, this podcast are strictly for adult ears, so listen up with discretion.
Like, we still make your trip worth your while.
Foul. Flag on the play.
And then she says, I'm going to leave it at that. I ain't going to say nothing else.
Illegal touching.
Illegal touching. Illegal man downfield.
Mm-hmm. And he went, never mind.
Personal foul.
Probably other places too. Like, that's the problem.
You know what it is. You know what this is. They consummated.
What's cracking?
Not much. Oh, goodness gracious. It's been a week. There's been things to do.
Yes, it has.
You've been running around like crazy. And we finally in here. This new studio is nice. We got Madden on the TV. We got like bookshelves now.
Got a little sips on the side.
Sips on the side. We could wake up and just be like, hey. I'm kicking my feet up like,
I got a nice little chair to sit to. It's nice.
It's great.
I feel regal. I feel like I should be sitting here in my robe talking about intellectualism.
Colonialism.
Whatever people mean by that these days. Colonialism.
But you know what? If you feel good, you know what you should be doing? Scroll down. Slide to the left. Take it back one step. There's a little box that says review. You love that review box. 5 stars. 5 stars. Father Greg looked at me like, what are you about to say right now? I'm saying 5 stars, sir. 5 stars. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 stars. Because you know what? Welcome to the Father podcast, everybody. I'm Dr. Giovanni, and with me, like always, is my right hand, my main man,
Father Greg Lambert.
Hey, as you can tell, we are so chill right now.
We really are. It's nice.
The studio's nice.
It's
the studio's nice. Ah. But give us 5 stars. Put some money on the books to keep the lights on. You know what it is. We are poor because we're Catholic and we're trying to do this for you.
Do it the right way.
Do it the right way. Spirit Stream Studios is like, listen, we can only give you the studio and the equipment and all the stuff. But you know what? If you're going to expand, you need a population behind you. Show us that they love you.
We have a population now.
We do.
What was it? 40,000?
40,000 listens.
And
that's ridiculous.
What is it? 500 downloads?
500 downloads.
I thank you, everybody.
Yeah. Also, peep this. Dullmatic.
Yeah. Oh,
They put out one album and they put out like another single.
Mm-hmm.
They have 70,000 listens.
70,000 listens?
70,000 listens. 70,000 streams.
Insane.
Yeah.
That's wow. I'm in disbelief.
70,000. And if I pull this up real quick, because I didn't believe it at first. I was like, come on, Dullmatic? I know, like, because a part of me is just like, hey, it's nice, but
yeah, they're pretty good.
Who out here listening to Catholic music like that? Like, who really out here listening to Catholic music like that? But people out here listening to Catholic music like that. I was like, all right, cool. But Dullmatic, 70,000 listens. They have currently right now, they haven't put out any new music yet. They still got 2,100 people listening per month.
Wow.
Right? The number one song, a Marian song.
Really?
17,000 listens.
Really?
Yes.
There's really no other Marian songs. That makes sense.
Fallen from Grace. I'm going to cut it right here. We'll play it. We'll play it right here. Hold on if I can. I mean, like, is dope, dog. Like, that to me is incredible. The other song that their single that they came out with, "Stay With Me," I think is not getting enough love.
That's a great song.
It's not getting enough love.
That's a great song.
I think part of it is people. It came out in a weird time, and it needs to be pushed out.
Some people probably still think it's like, oh, like the Sam Smith song. Like, no, that's not.
No.
That's not. No.
Hit it. Stay with me. Watch and pray. That's dope, man.
Full Shania Twain on that.
I know. Right, like, shout out to Raji. He's the creative director that works with that.
He does such good work.
He's the producer, man. Like, he finds these people. He works with them. He's not Catholic, by the way. Mm-hmm. So I work with him to kind of like make sure the songs are within the Catholic register. So shout out Raji.
That was fun for the rap album.
Whoa! By the way, we are gonna get that rap album out.
Finally,
we're gonna get that rap album out.
Finally,
he found. How do I say this politically correct? Neighbors.
And he found other brethren.
He found other brethren and redacteds to do the rap album.
I heard like 5 or 6 of these songs, ladies and gentlemen. It's straight gas.
So
straight gas.
So to let you know, the level that you heard is going to be at a whole new level with these new brethren.
Yes.
And he found one redacted that he raps like he ain't got no sense, but he's doing it in a Catholic register, if that makes sense.
It does, but I know it hasn't been done before, and that's why I'm so excited that we're here with this.
Yeah. So when I get a sample, I'll play it on the podcast, and I'll let you know.
Spirit Stream Studios is out here killing it.
It really is, and they came out quiet. Mm-hmm. They really, the Spirit Stream Studios is one of those things where like they're starting out quiet. They're like, yo, we just out here quietly. We Father podcast. Flagship, you guys gonna do your podcast thing. Yeah. But you know what? We got music people in the background. Hey, yo, here.
They're not going to be in the background for very long.
Nah, man. It's like Hillsong. Do you know who really worked for Hillsong? Nah.
Not really.
Hillsong was the original AI. If you really want to deep it, who was actually singing for Hillsong?
But that's the thing. I always tell people, and they don't really like it when I say it this way because only some people are going to get this reference, but Hillsong was the original Wu-Tang Clan. Like, Wu-Tang Clan did it first, right? They did. But Hillsong, you can't tell me who's in Hillsong. Everybody just shows up for different songs.
That's true.
But they're not like a choir. But they're all individual singers.
But I'll give you this. I'll do you one better. Who is the original singer of the song?
Exactly.
Like Oceans, for example.
I just seen the video of them singing it during praise and worship, and the one chick who's in front. I had no idea what her name is. I have no idea who actually wrote it or who actually sung it.
And to be fair, realistically, she sounds like every other chick that has ever sung the song ever.
Yeah.
So it's
beautiful
not even,
voice,
right? And I'm not slamming on her, but it's not like she's out here promoting it like, oh, I'm that person. Like, this was my original song.
Mm-hmm. It's a Hillsong United.
It's
original.
just Hillsong United, and I'm like, who sung it originally though?
Hillsong. How many people are in Hillsong? 53. So who sung it? Hillsong. What? We are Legion.
We are Legion.
I can't. Dog. Just kidding.
Oh man, we can talk about this for a long time. But hey, you ready to get the show started?
Always. I think so.
All right, so it's Should I Break Up? This went over really well. People liked it, so we're doing it again. Basically, here we have a situation. They'll tell us a situation. We decide, is it a situation that you should break up? Should they revisit and have a discussion? Or, are they just chill out, pause, and relax? Okay? Very simple. So, should I break up? We've been together for 2 years, engaged for 6 months. Last weekend, my fiance stayed over at his best man's house to, quote, help him move some furniture, unquote. Turns out the best man's sister was also there, and she's his ex. They all stayed up talking until 3 a.m. He swears nothing happened and didn't tell me until I saw I was tagged in a photo on Instagram. Should I break up?
No, I don't think I see anything wrong with this. There just happened to be somebody there that he has history with, but there was also other people there as well. Now, I'm not going to insinuate what could have happened. Of course, we can make a lot of things happen if we attach the word could. It could have been this, it could have been that, but with the information we're dealing with right now, we don't actually know. It doesn't mean that if he didn't tell you, this individual didn't tell his fiance, it doesn't mean that he wanted to hide it. He probably could have just thought it wasn't a big deal.
Yeah, and I think like a lot of people get a little weird. Oh, wow. Dang, man. That's a lot. No, but I think a lot of people get a little weird about this whole thing of like, yeah, my fiance is hanging out with someone who's their ex, and you kind of have to get over it. And that's a personal thing.
Yeah, no,
because
it
like
is.
if you are with somebody, then you're with that person. If you're not with that person, then you're not with that person. And if your ex went over to his best man's house and she happened to be there and they all hung out and did whatever, and he didn't view it as a big deal, then okay, fine.
Also, because she is the ex, that individual is an ex, they have history together. It doesn't have to be intimate history. It can just be funny times that they've had or experience that they've had. So she can talk with him till 3 a.m. because they have real things going on there.
And that doesn't mean that they have to be going at each other hot and heavy just
Yeah,
because
don't.
they're ex. Like it, like those types of things, I think are more like movie dynamics that people buy into. Like, oh, if you are getting married, then God forbid your ex shows up and then you're going to rekindle that relationship. If you're thinking that way, then that speaks to more of your own insecurities that you're projecting onto the situation than what actually happens. Now, mind you, anything could have happened. We're not there. We're not in the room.
Yeah, no.
But it sounds like you might need a deeper conversation with him just to be like, hey, look, this is where I'm sitting. This is my insecurity. This is what it is. It doesn't mean that his behavior has to change based on your insecurity, but having an open conversation about what the insecurity that you have is, and then trying to figure out what you have to do as a person to address it, and then as a couple, what you can do together to kind of mitigate some of the effects of that would be effective.
Yeah, I would say so for sure.
Next one. My girlfriend went on a work trip with her boss. She sent me a selfie from the hotel room, and I recognized the robe as one from a couple's resort that we've been to before. When I asked about it, she said that it's just the company booked them because it was a good conference facility. I want to believe her, but I can't shake this weird feeling. Should I break up?
That's weird. Like, I would understand what the weird feeling is there. Like that seems strange. That conversation needs to happen like sooner rather than later.
Dog, she went to a work trip with her boss.
And then went possibly to a couple's resort.
She said like he sent the picture and he's like, yo, that's a couple's resort, and her response was, it's just the place that the company booked.
That's not true.
Because
that's not true. Because if you're not the company decided to spend company money on a resort that they don't know what kind of resort it is.
It just has good facilities. That's what she said.
That it just has good facilities. Really. So there's no other good. Yeah. There's something going on. You need to have a conversation with her.
You need to have a conversation. You need to have a strong conversation with her.
Strong conversation with her.
Lay down the law and be like, listen, you can't be out here sending me photos.
You're sending me photos of you in a robe at a couple's resort that we can verify is a couple's resort with your boss. And if it's a couple's resort, they're not going to book you in individual rooms.
Right. Also, why? The other thing is like, if she's rooming with someone else, just be like, oh yeah, this is me and I'm rooming with such and such, like me and my coworker who's a female, so it's all good. Or me and my coworker who's a male. Like if this was flipped and it was a male, in this situation it's a female. It's like, yo, I'm bringing with my female coworker, so it's all good.
Yeah, that would be the appropriate way to go about it, but that's not what we're talking about.
That's not what we're talking about. She just went her boss. I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either.
You're in for a conversation. Anyway, next one. I found out my boyfriend is in his ex's wedding party. He says it's no big deal because they're still friends and he's known the fiance for years too. He didn't mention it earlier because he knew I'd overreact. The wedding is in another city. He'd be there all weekend and I'm not invited. Should I break up? I'm sorry, but
there's nothing wrong. Like, you're not involved in it. Like, there's nothing wrong with the situation.
Yeah, but it sounds like he's gaslighting her a little bit. Like, it does sound like the pretense for a gaslight a little bit. Like, hey, I knew you were gonna be mad, so I didn't tell you that it was my ex.
Yeah.
Also, it's in another city. Also, you're not invited.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I also feel like this is the bride for sure making this decision because she's the one who okays whether or not people come or not. It has to be a conversation between her and her fiance. And so there's a good chance she said, I know what I'm going to do. I know exactly what I'm going to do.
I'm going to put in the city right next to her, 30 minutes away.
Exactly. And you're not invited.
You're not invited.
I wouldn't say break up with him, no.
No, I would say another conversation. This is a third one where I'm like, yeah, have a good conversation.
Yeah.
We were in bed when his phone rang in the middle of the night. He stepped out to take it. When he came back, he said friend was going through something. Later, I found out it was his ex, and he insisted he was just being supportive. And it's not a regular thing. I don't know if I'm overreacting or I should ignore this as a massive red flag. Technically, he didn't lie.
I'll see you on Thursday.
Yo, this ain't. Hear me out. This is. Should I break up? I don't think they should break up. I think it's a conversation to be had. Like, he felt like he couldn't have the conversation in front of her.
That's part of the issue, though. Like, I'll let you know this. I'm not trying to cast judgment on nobody. But there is nobody in this world that I would have a conversation with on the phone and feel like I had to hide it from someone else. Now, there's different levels of discretion, understand. So there's a family issue. I will go and look for privacy. If this is going to be a situation with my mom, with you, with your wife Brittany, things of that nature. Yeah. If this is something that is serious of that nature, I'm always going to look for discretion because I'm a very private person. Okay,
right.
Just simply I am.
Right.
But if this is an individual who is either cold calling me or is someone from one of my friends from Florida or something like that, and my pastor's there, you're here, any other individual, any stranger, I have no problem talking to them in front of that individual. Now, if this is a situation, okay, you got to call in the middle of the night and you don't want to wake up the person, understood. But then you come back into the room, and then when he or she says, who was that?
It was a friend.
Then you say it was so-and-so. Because you can't... Dog, the minute you leave your house, that person has control over you. In the middle of the night? I don't leave my house in the middle of the night unless somebody's literally dying.
No. Like, they left the room.
No, they left the room, and then he said someone's going through something, and then they left.
Oh, is that what happened? Yeah, he came back. He stepped out to take it.
He stepped out to take it.
Yeah,
and what happened?
And then when he came back,
she said,
it was a friend going through something. Later, she found out that it was his ex.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he probably should have said something at some point.
Yeah. No, I agree with it. I'm just imagining like me boot up with Brittany on the bed, just like we sleep, and all of a sudden I get a phone call, and it's one of my exes, and I pick up, and it's just like, hello, and she's like, Gio, and I'm like, because first of all, if I pick up, if I still have your name in my phone and you're one of my exes, that's one thing. If I pick up, that's a completely different thing. If you hit me with Gio, and I'm just like, all right, what's good? Like what are you talking about? Because I can understand like getting up and like leaving and having the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I can understand that part because there's a lot of things between exes. Like if your ex calls you and it feels comfortable calling you, there's a lot of things between exes that like even as a married man, I'm just sitting there going like, yeah, it would still be a weird conversation to have in front of your wife.
Yeah, I mean, it would be.
It's just a weird conversation to have in front of your wife. But coming back in, I'd be like, oh, yo, it was Amber, and Amber said X, Y, and Z. She was struggling with a situation with her boy or whatever. She didn't know who else to turn to. My number was in her phone. She called me. She was crying like the entire time. She said she's going to try to call me in the morning. I'm glad she called me because I would hate for her not to have anybody. Mm-hmm. And it is what it is. If I would say something like that, but if I come back in and be like, it was a friend that was dealing with a situation. Mm-hmm. Like, nah.
That's too vague.
Nah.
For 1:30 in the morning?
Nah. Nah, we just boot up and then all of a sudden, hey, yo, I got to go. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go take this phone call in another room. That's too much. That's too much. All right.
Dr. G, what's good? I know it sounds clear, I know it's misunderstood. The story's wild, yes, out there, no doubt. But just lean in close, just hear me out. Hear me out. Give me time, let me speak, no doubt. The truth's in my words, the real is what y'all.
You ready for Hear Me Out?
I think so.
Okay, this one is long.
That lets me know there's complexities. Luckily, I poured myself another one. Go ahead, continue.
It's Hear Me Out. You already know what it is. 5 stars. You did nothing wrong. 1 star. Hey, you got confession on Thursdays. Don't even come at us and be like, oh, but no, you got confessions on Thursdays.
We've had appeals.
We've had appeals. We're going to another episode of Nothing But Appeals, and some of y'all really need Jesus. If you really think your appeals are going to go through. But hear me out. But hear me out. Is being legalistic with my words a bad thing when her husband did a good thing?
Dang it, man. That sounds familiar, don't it?
Dang it. Hey, fellas. I'm Leah.
Hi, Leah.
Hi, Leah. 28, travel nurse. So,
okay.
Me and my coworker, Kara, got sent to this medical conference in Florida.
Hey.
Same hotel, same category, deluxe suites. Mine was a balcony with an insane ocean view. Hers was a walkout to the beach. We were unpacking and chatting in the hallway when Kara says, I don't know why I booked a balcony one. I should have gotten the walkout to the beach. But honestly, I don't even care for the beach. And she's like, honestly, I don't even care for the beach. I just got it because of the suite. Then she goes, would you mind if we switch? I shrugged and I said, yeah, sure. They're the same quality, just different access. So we swapped keys. She went to my balcony. I got her walkout. A couple of hours later, I was in my robe scrolling through TikTok when there was a knock. Hotel staff. Mm-hmm. Champagne. Roses. A note. Thinking about you. I had mentioned to my boyfriend I was at this conference. And he was being flirty with me earlier. Already telling me text messages, kissy emojis, missing you already. Mm-hmm. So my brain connected the dots. 15 minutes later, another knock. Chocolate covered strawberries. More roses.
Okay.
Another note. Get into something comfortable.
Oh.
So I do. Lingerie. Hair brushed. Makeup touched up. Champagne on the counter. Another knock. I open it. It's Kara's husband.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no.
We both freeze.
You're the headlights.
Who are you? Leah, who are you? This is supposed to be my wife's room.
Oh no, dog! Oh my gosh, I know it's not me. I know I'm not in this situation, but the fear in my heart, my
stomach just sunk. I was like, yo, I did all this and there's another woman in here. Oh my gosh. 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 What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing?
The way I would evaporate from that hallway, you won't be able to find me.
This is supposed to be my wife's room. I laughed. Your wife swapped rooms with me. She's in my balcony suite. He stares and glances at the champagne. And I say, looking at the champagne, thanks, by the way. And he just mutters, F. Out of frustration. Just F out of frustration. I'm not going to needlessly curse.
That's good.
I grin. I must. Hold on. Wait.
This is not the place for a pause in the story.
Yeah. Wait. Hold on. He stares at the champagne. I smile. Thanks. But he stares at the champagne. I look back, stare at the champagne, and I smile. Thanks for these, by the way. He mutters F. I grin. I mean, we could still make it worth your trip.
Nah, fam.
He says,
come on.
He says, for real?
Nah, man. Come, you were just here for your wife.
And then
you're like, the aim's a little bit off. It's still a hit. Like, what? Come on, bro.
And she says, and that's where I'll leave it. The next morning.
Well, wait a minute. That's convenient.
That's where I'll leave it. The next morning, conference day, everything was normal. Kara was chatting with vendors, sipping her coffee. And then she finds me before the first panel, and she says, hey, did my husband come to your room last night? I play it cool. And I said, yeah. He was there. She says, did you guys do anything? I give her a non-answer. I mean, he was there. She stared at me and she said, did you F? I tilted my head and I said, we didn't do anything. So technically, it isn't the same thing as saying nothing happened.
None of y'all can see my face right now, but my mouth has been open for a good 15 seconds. 15 seconds straight, my mouth was open. I was too stunned to speak.
And now the rest of the conference, she's been giving me this side eye, but she can't outright accuse me of anything because she doesn't know. Later that night, her husband surprises her again. Roses, champagne, chocolate.
Did he get the room right this time?
The whole thing delivered to her actual room. She smiles, posting it on Instagram. Stories about how sweet he is. So now she's stuck wondering, do I get mad at my husband for coming all this way and doing something romantic? Or at me for possibly, maybe, allegedly crossing the line? And me, I'm just sitting here uncertain.
Lord have mercy.
But hear me out. Is being legalistic with my words a bad thing when her husband did a good thing? Do you need a recap for that thirst trap?
I guess.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we got to do video one of these days.
Dog.
You are stressed. All right. So here's the thing. You got two nurses, Leah and Kara. Leah and Kara, they go down to Miami, which all of us already pause. You're going to a nurse conference down in Miami. Why? And then on top of that, you get sweets.
Yeah, you know what is it? You know what? Nah, come on, man.
You both getting sweets.
I know not this is gonna go over a lot of people's heads, but there's a whole entire culture there. It's like you know what you're asking for at that point.
Exactly. Like, okay, so just to peep game for everybody who doesn't know Miami culture. Like, if you're going for a conference and you get a suite, right? Mm-hmm. You are one of two things. Either you are used to living a certain type of way,
Yeah.
or you are anticipating having company.
Yes. You want someone to see that you have a suite and have the space because you're going to need the space.
Right. And most likely, especially at conferences and stuff like that, professional conferences,
Yes.
you're wanting
Yes.
you're wanting to let people know, like, hey, yeah, I have a suite.
Mm-hmm.
I don't just have like a room. If you just have a normal room at a conference, people are like, oh, you're here for business. You actually really want the CEUs. You want to learn something. And like, you're probably doing work while you're here. Like, you're not trying to play.
Yeah, no.
Like, so like, there's a whole subculture there.
There really is.
So she got a suite. So the husband would have had. So, anyways. What I was going to say was, like, the husband would have had to book the suite in order for him to like have access to the suite.
Mm-hmm.
His name would have had to been on the thing.
That's
so the fact
true.
that she switched cards with the girl and completely forgot her husband was the one that booked the thing, I got thoughts. I got thoughts. Anyway, but they got there and they just said, like, hey, yo, you know what? I don't even like the beach like that. I don't even know why I booked this. Do you want to switch with me? She's like, all right, cool, let's switch. So they switched. Husband's like, husband says, so she gets in her robe. Champagne, roses, chocolate covered strawberry. She's thinking, oh, my boyfriend is a good boyfriend. He about to surprise them. And knock at the door. Dot, 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 dot. Who are you? My wife's supposed to be in here.
Meanwhile, Buddy's is acting like he's an NFL kicker and it got inside the upright, so it's like, hey, it's still good, right?
It's still good.
I can't, man.
It like tucked, it like doinked off and like was still in it. So she said, you know, thanks for these. And he says, like, you know, F. And then she goes, you know, I can still make it worth your while. Like, we can still make your trip worth your while.
Foul. Flag on the play.
And then she says, I'm going to leave it at that. I ain't going to say nothing else.
Illegal touching.
Illegal touching. Illegal man downfield.
Mm-hmm. And he went, never mind.
Personal foul, hands to the face.
Probably other places too. Like, that's the problem.
You know what it is. You know what this is.
They consummated. That's the intro.
Oh, that's the intro. That's the intro. Personal foul. Welcome to the show, everybody. Oh, sure.
Unnecessary roughness.
Roughing the passer.
I can keep going, but I can't keep going.
So can he, apparently.
Apparently, allegedly.
So the next day, homegirl goes down and says, did my husband come to you? Which, mind you, that's a very weird
That's a
thing
very
to say.
specific question.
It's like, yo, did my husband come see you? Did my husband come to the room?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah. Did you guys do anything? I'm like, nah. And then immediately she goes to, did you guys F? We didn't do anything.
You know what I think that line of questioning was? Because that's a mad specific line of questioning. It's either she had a conversation with him beforehand, but if she'd had a conversation beforehand, like after this event or this deed had happened, or she believed that he was going to do something, that means that there's been a pattern. Probably he's done this before where he's not slept with someone else, but he has shown up at her hotel room at a conference or something like that. It's like, hey, here's all these roses. Here's all this chocolate and stuff like that. Here's the champagne. And then I'm going to come in and then consummate. And it worked a couple times. So why not just keep doing it, right? And you kind of know what's happening, right?
You know, I don't know, man. Like, she came at her a little bit too ferocious for my part. Because the fact that she came down and she said, hey, did my husband come to your room last night? I played it cool and I said, yeah, he was here. She said, did you guys do anything? Mm-hmm. Like, and so immediately,
that's incredibly specific.
Immediately goes into, did you guys do anything?
Yes, because there's probably a pattern. like, he's done this before. He's shown up at my room. He's gave me all this stuff. And then she's sitting here cycling through her mind what most likely happened. And again, this is just an inference. I do not know.
Well,
this is an inference.
Well, but the problem is though, like he shows up the next night.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't
cover his tracks.
I don't understand what happened, but like he was there and then not there and then there again.
There was texting that happened before this.
There had to have been.
There was texting that's like, hey, you know, you might get a little surprise when you're down in Miami. And she's like, key, and it doesn't happen the first night. It's like, it's a Saturday night. Would have been a perfect time to be on this. I'm leaving on a Sunday, on Monday morning. Why would you wait till Sunday night to do this?
She got there on Thursday.
And that's why he came back the second day.
You know what it is. She got there on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
She got there Thursday night, just kiki and ha-ha and thinking everything's sweet.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be there Thursday night.
And he's gassing her up on the way on the plane there.
All the way there. Like, wait till I get there, girl. I'm going to do da-da-da. Your toes are going to curl, da-da-da-da-da.
It's human in Miami. I know. They're going to curl regardless, whether you want them to or not.
Have you ever heard what arthritis is, girl? Like, like he out here just spitting game hard, and he's just like, yeah, remember when we weren't having kids, girl? Da 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 da. I'm gonna get you another baby. Da 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 da. So he's just out here just spitting, and then it didn't dawn. She got into the rooms, and it didn't dawn on her until after she made the split.
Exactly,
and she went to bed the night, and she's just like,
how come he didn't show up? That's not normal.
She just went to sleep because most likely she was tired.
Yeah,
let's just be real. She was tired. She probably traveled, and she was tired.
Yeah, she's immediately tired.
Well, no. Because if you think about it, think about it. Because she probably worked a double the night before, because she was trying to get that money.
That's a big probably.
No. Because that's how nurses do it. Like especially
traveling nurses, for sure.
Traveling nurses. Like if they both traveling nurses, she probably worked a double the night before just to solidify her bag. And then after that, go on this conference. And then she's made the switch and she's like, I'm tired. As it is, she lays down. And you know how it is. You travel and then you got to the hotel room and you didn't really think about falling asleep and you fell asleep. Like you laid down to fall asleep and you fell asleep.
You old dog.
Look me in the eye and say you've never done that before.
I do that in my daily life,
okay,
sir.
So don't be at me. So she falls asleep, right? The next time, and then she wakes up at like 6 o'clock in the morning and goes, huh, what time is it? Okay, 6 o'clock. She just goes to bed and then goes about her business. And then she goes, wait a minute. She starts texting him again. And he's like, hey, girl, blah, 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 yada, yada. And she goes, how come you weren't here yesterday? And he goes, I was, but you weren't in the room. There was some other lady was in the room. And she goes, oh, I forgot. And then her mind started working.
Exactly. You've been gassing me up. You said you're going to come to my room. Did he come over to your room last night? Yes, he did. Did y'all do anything?
Nah. And she responded. And she said, did you guys do anything? I mean, he was there.
That is never an appropriate response to that amount of ferociousness, inferring that there's been infidelity, madam.
And then the response was, did you F?
Yes, she asked a direct question. She said, I'm not beating around the bush.
And she looked at her, it's like, we didn't do anything. It's like, we didn't, pause, do anything. And she kissed her teeth, went, okay.
That's what I did too.
But you can't. How you gonna get mad? You don't know for real,
bruh.
You don't know. No. But for real though,
unless she asked the question, was she ever gonna tell her?
Who knows?
She didn't immediately say, "Hey, yo," and like, "Hey, I'm not in the room. I'll give you the room number. Here's all this stuff. Take it down to her. I'm gonna text her right now. Let her know, hey, there's a surprise coming. I'm so sorry.
You know as well as I do that's not gonna fly. That's not gonna rock. That's not
that
gonna
truth
rock.
Isn't gonna rock.
That's not gonna rock. No, he would have to just eat the fact that she has it, and then the net like just be like, yo, dip, and then like either spend an exorbitant amount of money that same day to do the exact same thing,
which he did anyway.
But he did the next night.
Yeah, he did.
No. It's not. he did it the next. You got to deep this, dog. This is bad. This is how I know you ain't part of the game. You got to deep this. You got to deep this. He did it the next night, which means that he got the day rate instead of the emergency rate at night. Because if he would have done it at night, the only places that would have been open would have been the hotel lobby. Yo, you are a hoe and a half. Bro, you should know that. You people shouldn't know that. The hotel lobby. And dog, a bottle of champagne in the hotel lobby is going to run you at least. And this is a crappy bottle of champagne too. A crappy bottle of champagne in the hotel lobby is going to run you at least 120. At least 120. And it's Miami, it's 135 at least, dog. At least. So if we talking about like, yo, I got to wait. The whole reason why I'm doing it, I'm going to wait until Publix is open the next morning. I can buy a $40 bottle of good champagne for $40 at at Publix, and then I can go to the nursery and I can get 4 dozen roses at the nursery for like $8.99, and then $8.99 a dozen, which is mad cheap, and then I bring it back to the hotel and then have them deliver it. Also, I can go to Publix and get the strawberry dips, which is also cheaper. So all in all,
the same way you talk about yo ho jeans is the same way you talk about how you talk about your food. Have you noticed that? Like, yo, what you gotta do is go to Chick-fil-A, get the Chick-fil-A mac and cheese, and then go to Taco Bell.
I'm just letting you know.
Mac and cheese
like,
listen,
listen, there's a lot of places. Like, listen, if you want to get flowers for cheap, buy it at a nursery, because nurseries have these specials, and you get you get a dozen roses for like $6.99, or you can get 2 dozen roses for like $12.49. In Florida, they were running like 48 roses for about like $8.49 in the off season. So most likely, if you running it, if you smart about it, you just wait till the daytime so you can get your 48 roses for $8.99, because they're not moving roses like that. People don't buy roses like that. But if you stupid, you're gonna be like, oh, well, I'm gonna buy it at the hotel, and then you're gonna spend like $500 to $600 on something that you only needed to spend like $100 for. That's the only reason why he did it the next night, because it would have been. It's so much cheaper.
But all that is to say, he wanted to cover his bases.
Well, he's like he ate the cost of the first night, so he had to do it
I
again.
bet he did.
Jeez, we don't know. We don't know.
Huh?
We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know.
Okay.
She didn't.
You just broke it down grammatically and mathematically, and you did all of that for no payback at all. He said, she said we can still make the most of it tonight.
She said we can make it worth your while. We can still make your trip worth your while.
So none happened?
I didn't say that. I said we don't know what they did. She said I'll leave it at that. So like, that's very open-ended.
Sir, my vocation is shrouded in mystery. This ain't one of them. This ain't one of them.
Okay, so what are your thoughts? Give me your thoughts. Okay, we've been running. What's your thoughts?
My thoughts are, man, yes, there's no proof. I'll say that. Okay. There is no proof. But context clues says that something most likely happened. That's going to be a problem, if not now, later in the future. It just will. Whether it comes out when they're hanging out in the silent recesses of her mind and she's with her husband and she just thinks in the back of her head, what actually happened there? I don't know. It's probably nothing. It's probably nothing. Just enjoy dinner.
The only time it's going to come back in the back of her head, I'm going to tell you this right now, like just from a mental standpoint, the only time it's going to come back in the back of her head is if she ever sees her husband be nice and or flirtatious to the coworker again.
That's like a prison though.
That's what people do though.
That sounds terrible, and I know that people do that, but to have that in the back of your head, just there, and for ordinary, simple niceties.
Oh, no. And keep in mind, when I say nice, I'm not talking about like the common everyday understanding of nice. I mean like shows, if the husband shows any type of humanity towards the coworker, like shakes her hand and says, "Hi, how's it going?" and smiles, that's when it comes back.
Exactly. Like, what's he mean by that? Why are you so chipper at 8:30 in the morning? What you chipper about?
You never
usually
chipper with
tired.
me.
Exactly. You never chipper with me.
You always tired. Okay.
It's interesting. It's interesting that you got energy for hi, good morning, but you got energy for a smile towards me in the morning.
But it's like, but honey, I smile towards you every day. Oh, word. Is that what you did with her the night before you came to me? And then that's where it comes out because it's unresolved.
You talk here talking about what happened in 2013. Why are you bringing up old stuff? I'm like, you never answered the question. We didn't do anything at that time. Bruh.
Did anything happen? Anything didn't happen.
Bruh. Dog? This is how people die. This is how people die.
So what's your rating?
What's the original question again?
Is she wrong for it?
Is she wrong for using her grammar?
Is she wrong for being legalistic about the way she handled the situation?
Well, the reality is she's not wrong for being legalistic. Being legalistic is not right or wrong. It's just a way of handling things.
I know.
So no, the answer to the question is she's not. It would be a 5 because she's didn't do anything wrong by being legalistic. She did something wrong by sleeping with someone else's husband, though.
Whoa.
I said it.
Oh, wow.
That's what happened.
Wow. All right.
I'm just going to say the quiet part out loud. She slept with someone else's husband. That's a negative star.
So then what she get?
Well, to the answer, it's a 5-star because it's not bad to do legalistic.
No. Like the whole situation as a whole. You're not giving her a 5-star in this situation, are you?
No.
Okay, then what are you giving her in this situation?
I'm going to give her a 1-star.
Okay.
That's
what
a
I thought.
1-star.
That's what I
She had
thought.
every opportunity to either 1, tell the truth to the individual, 2, send that husband back down to the room, 3, never invite him in or do anything like that. But she didn't do any of those things. I'll cop to the whole, if she kept the roses and champagne, we don't know that for sure. But if she kept that,
No, she said she did.
okay, she kept it.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's not like a lowering of a star offense. Like it's an awkward situation.
Yeah.
They both froze. That wasn't their original intent. I really do believe this was a mistake.
That's funny. And that's how you know it's genuine because they both kind of like, who are you? Who are you?
I froze.
I know.
I'm just reading. I'm hearing the story. I froze. So like, I really do believe this was a genuine mistake. The husband did not mean to do this. He did not plan this.
No.
He planned it for his wife.
Right.
What happened afterwards is what I have an issue with.
The husband just was like a squirrel.
Yeah, he was like a squirrel, but she was looking to give up the nut too.
That's what I mean. He's just like, you know what?
She's like, hey, yo, we're here. It's crazy. We're on a trip. We're in Miami. You know, weather's hot. And you know, hey. So, I gotta watch
so
myself.
is the paella. Like, hey,
I gotta watch myself.
You definitely gotta watch yourself. But yeah, no, I give her a 2, and the only reason why I'm giving her a 2 is because, like, again, we don't know what they did. because you're like, hey, yo, we gotta stick together, right? Like. Legalistically, we don't know what happened. Can I read through the tea leaves? I mean, sis, you know it is what it is. But like, do I know for certain what happened? No, I ain't God. I'm not Jesus. I ain't seeing things with my third eye. But sis, we both know what happened. Like, yo, I mean, like, it is what it is. It is what it is. Like, a part of me is just like. Part of giving her a 2 is like the fact that she's just like, she told the truth she just omitted something.
Yeah,
like omission.
Yeah.
Well, like, but a part of it is just like, she could have flat out lied.
Yeah.
But she didn't lie.
You know what this is?
What?
This is your younger daughter. I was sitting on the couch.
Oh.
I was sitting on the couch. I hear a huge commotion coming from the shoes room. Right? It's your wife and your daughter fighting. I don't know what's going on, but she's screaming up a storm like something bad happened. I'm like, she's probably just upset about something. And then it goes silent. I'm like, dang, did mom kill her? I know it's just quiet. And her mom says something to her. She comes back. She comes stomping down the hallway, and she's got her head down. And she's looking for love and a hug.
Yeah.
She gives me a hug. I'm like, hey, what's wrong with you? What was all that noise I heard? And she I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it for the populace because I need to say it the way she told me. Listen,
I'll be you.
I'm not even going to embellish a single. She said this word for word. She goes,
Hey, what's wrong with you?
Go get your damn cookie. Dog, it threw me off so badly. I said, what did you just say? She goes, go get your damn cookie. And I said, so what are you talking about? Like, she said, Mom said, go get your damn cookie. And so I'm sitting thinking, like, I don't listen. Obviously, there was a fight happening. I don't know what actually happened. I guess you're gonna get a cookie, whatever. So then your wife comes walking down the hallway, and I'm like, hey, what's going on? She's like, she didn't want to go ahead and wash her hands when she came into the house, even though she's been playing outside in the mud. And she wanted to go straight inside dirty and go and get her cookie from the kitchen, track all that mud through the house. I told her, hey, at least take off your shoes and wash your hands like you do every single day when you come home from school. This is a regular occurrence. Why are you fighting me this hard on what's normal, my guy? And she fought me. And so I said, fine, I'm going to bring you to the bathroom. I'm going to wash your hands for you. And she got upset that I did that because she didn't want to follow directions. And then after I did it, she was screaming and crying. I plopped her down. I said, there, go get your damn cookie. And I thought to myself, it's real funny how you were a 3-year-old child and reverted back when it had to turn into what happened to lead you to this situation. But all of a sudden, when it has to do with what someone else did, all of a sudden, you're fully coherent. That's funny. That's funny, and that's what I think about when I hear omitting.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know what? Did we get it right? Did we get it wrong? Let us know, CaptainNoble.org/father, CaptainNoble.org/
F2F.
But hear me out.
Go get your damn cookie.
Yeah. Well, for all of us at Catholic Notebook and Spirit Stream Studios, we love you. You're very special.
Go forth and bear good fruit.
We out.
Father to Father is a production of Spirit Stream Studios. All rights reserved.